Now let's talk about kinematic chain mechanism and structure. So basically most of the times I have observed that the students, they always have a confusion between these three terminologies, right? So now here in this session we will try to understand that what is the difference between these three terminologies, that is a kinematic chain, mechanism and a structure. So when we say kinematic chain, so kinematic chain is simply an assembly of links, right, connected to each other in such a fashion that they are having some relative motion between them. Now when we say mechanism, so mechanism you can again simply define it is a kinematic chain, right, which is closed in nature, and again in this kinematic chain one of the links, it has to be fixed. So a very important definition. So in short, you can simply define mechanism as a closed kinematic chain in which one of the links is fixed. So again you can say that it is a series of links, right, which is connected to each other, and in that series if you pick one of the links and you fix it, then that series, that kinematic chain, it will convert to a mechanism. Now structure. So structure is a kinematic chain with one of the links fixed and not having any relative motion between the links. So now you can see here, so if you have several links connected with each other, right, and these links, they are not moving relative to each other, and again if you fix just one of the link, right, then that link, that combination of links, it will be called as a structure. So let us try to understand this thing from these three diagrams. So if you see here, the first diagram, right, it is an assembly of four links, right, and these four links, they have a connection between them, right. Now this connection, which is being represented by this dot, it is simply your revolute connection or revolute pair. That means, right, the links 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, and 4 and 1, they will have a turning motion relative to each other. Now let us understand. So this entire combination of links, it will be referred to as kinematic chain, right. Now let us consider this second diagram. In the second diagram, again if you see, there are several links which are connected to each other through revolute pairs. Now here what we do, let's say if we simply fix one of the links, something like this, so this entire kinematic chain, it will be referred to as mechanism. Now let us come to the third diagram. In the third diagram, if you observe that there are three links basically. So this is link 1, let's say this is link 2, then this is link 3. So again these three links, they are connected by some revolute pairs. But what is happening here, right, even if they are connected by certain kinematic pairs, they are not having any relative motion between them. So the relative motion between the links is 0, and in this case we will refer to this kinematic chain as structure. So this will become a structure, but you have to remember that if it's a structure, very important point, then it has to be fixed in space. So again what we are going to do, we are simply going to fix one of the links, correct. Now as you remember, you can refer to the definition of a link also. So in this case you can treat this link 1, link 2 and link 3 combination together, and you can treat this entire combination as a single link. So if you remember the definition of link, there I mentioned a link could be defined as a combination of rigid bodies also, but those rigid bodies, they shouldn't have any relative motion between them. So now let us move ahead. Now I hope you understood the basic difference between a kinematic chain, a mechanism and a structure. So this distinction is very important, correct, because in many of the future numerical problems or future studies, we are just going to use this definition again and again.